Hey guys, it's Abhimanyuxx, and today I have for you another part of series how to get in MOAB, and today we'll talk about how to set up your class. But before we get into that, there are a few things I want to say. The games that you will see will be two MOAB streaks, two different MOAB streaks with the two basically my favorite setups, with the setups that I've gotten the most MOABs until now. Another thing is this is the first streak that you're watching right now. As you can see, the colors are a little bit different, and I forgot. Usually this is the way how basically I always play. I think this gives you a little bit of advantage, and I can maybe show you in one of the next videos how you can also get this kind of colors, and the next video will be normal. And if you like the way this looks, basically I can show you the next time. And yeah, now let's get to the setups. Basically, like I said, I will talk about two classes that I got the most MOABs with, and I thought in the beginning that I might, talk about different perks and guns and all that stuff. But since the game is already, half a year old basically, and it's in halfway in his cycle towards Black Ops 2, I really don't think that's needed. I'm pretty sure every one of you already knows what perks do and for what they are good and for what they are not. And so I'll just talk about two of my best setups, and maybe some variety, how you can change them, and how you can make them so it will also be good for your style of gameplay. And the first is basically my assault rifle setup, and what you see here is ACR. I think ACR is probably the best assault rifle for getting MOABs. I don't think it's necessarily the best. I almost like G3 better than this gun, but at least for MOABs is better because I can use my favorite setup, and that is on assault rifles. I always like to use extended mags with silencer. With G3 I don't like to use extended mags and silencer because I need a red dot, because that gun has horrible iron sights. However, like I said, this setup, it has extended mags and silencer, and my first perks are extreme conditioning, quick draw, and Sit-Rep Pro. I will always, in 6 vs 6, I will always use Sit-Rep Pro as my last perk because it does really help me to sound whore. I do like to use as my second perk with assault rifles always quick draw, because quick draw does make you aim faster, and I feel that it's not needed with SMGs, while it benefits me a lot when using assault rifles or maybe even LMGs. And the first perk, the reason I'm using extreme conditioning, it's not necessarily the best setup with extreme conditioning, but I do feel like running with assault rifles in this game is pretty slow, and in order to speed up a little bit my game, I am using extreme conditioning. And because I'm using also extended mags, I don't really feel the need to start out with the sleight of hand. However, as you see, the first specialist perk, it will always be sleight of hand, so that after the first two kills, I can reload my gun fast. And then the second specialist perk I feel is kind of optional. I don't really even remember what I'm using with this class. And then the last will always be hardline. Why hardline? I talked in my previous video. I can maybe put a link to that video where I'm talking about using hardline with specialist, where I said I always use either in the beginning or with the last perk. And basically, you can use this setup, I think, with more or less every assault rifle. I think basically, like I said, this is my assault rifle setup, and if I use like Scar L or CM 901, I'll always more or less use the same setup. I will change up my setup only with guns where I feel I don't like the iron sights, and I want to have a red dot on that gun, and those are like MK14 or G3, and more or less perks will be the same, but I will, instead of extended max, I will go with a silencer and a red dot. It doesn't really matter how I play. When I go for MOABs, I want to have silencer. I think silencer is huge on these guns. It's hard to get 24 kills with always being on the minimap. And yeah, here you see here I have my SMG setup. This is probably the most known setup. Is a setup that you know, also incredible orbs uses almost all the time. And basically it is MP7 with silencer and rapid fire, and this is also my standard setup for all the SMGs. When I try to go for SMG MOABs, almost always there will be a silencer and rapid fire. With MP5 I might sometimes change it to extended max and silencer, but you know, usually it will be rapid fire and silencer. And for the perks, the first one is scavenger. With SMGs you get really fast out of bullets, and you want to have that additional bullet so you don't have to look for another bullet. And the last perk, as I said, I'm always in 6 vs 6. I almost always play with a sit trap because it helps me sound whore. If you don't have headsets, then probably you know, the sit trap, it will not help you. Then probably it's better if you play with steady aim. But for me, sit trap is basically the best perk for 6 vs 6 games. And then the same as I explained in the previous how to get a MOAB video. The second perk is hardline, so that basically immediately after the first kill, because I'm having a scavenger, I also get sleight of hand, so I can immediately reload. And then the second and the third specialist perk, it will usually be steady aim and assassin. I think these are the most beneficial perks. However, sometimes I will also go with a Recon Pro. I think Recon Pro is also a pretty good perk in combination with hardline, where you can just basically just stack, shoot with one bullet an enemy and he will be on the radar, and if some of your teammates kill him, you will get assist, and two such of assists will get your kill. So Recon Pro I find to be also a pretty good perk for this. And basically, you know, MP7 is the best, is definitely the best SMG in the game. It's most likely the best gun in the game. But like I said, I'm basically lately I'm using, it doesn't matter with what SMG I'm playing, I'm using the same setup as, like I mentioned here. It's my SMG setup, and I've got MOABs with basically all the SMGs except for the PM9. With that gun I got only one MOAB. I haven't posted yet, and with that gun I'm pretty sure I was using a little bit different setup, but after that I actually never tried to play with that gun anymore, at least not with a specialist kill streak. Yeah, so basically this is it. One more thing, in order for this series to continue how to get a MOAB, what I would like to do from here on is I would like you guys to ask me a question, what you want me to talk about, what you would like to try to improve, you know, like I mentioned also in one of my previous videos. Sometimes I get questions like how to improve my accuracy. Just if you have any problems, you know, something that gets you often killed, or you know, something that you don't feel that you do really good and you would like to improve, just ask me a question, leave a question in the comments, and you know, I will try to make a video out of it. If there is at least one good like a good question, I will make a video about it. And basically from now on, this is how I would like to make the series, that you ask me questions and then, you know, I'll try to help you. And as long as, you know, the questions are, you know, give me the chance to make the whole video about it, I'll make a video about it, and like I'll make maybe 2-3 videos a month in this way. Anyway guys, this is it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope it will help you at least a little bit, and you know, see you soon.
Server yok buraya, gördün.